Now I'm going to try again Prince's, says it, mild chili con carne. Now I have found, as I have told you, that it could be that this is giving me the Mackerson stout effect, which caused your late wife to ban you from supping Mackerson stout because of your anal emissions. Check this, I wore this outside. The premiere of the latest blocked out Stealth Cat with Little Mick is just coming to an end. They're just cooking their footage. I'm going to get this in the pot with the lid, because as you know, the lid stops when it starts bubbling and spitting, spraying the ceiling of the microwave. Let's get this. Let's see if this is the cause. Because honestly, it probably is. The farts are just as stinky as that time that you left your brown invisible gas in the living room when you kicked in a settee at number 6 and you got banned. So there you can clearly see this was purchased Friday at Scunthorpe Asda. It's just a mild, just like their chicken curry. No, bastard, I need fucking spoon. Right, so that's in. Had to spoon the bastard out. And as you can see, it is just the chili con carne equivalent of the curry, which is again endorsed by Ziblot Outdoor Show. God, we'll have to see what tomorrow's results bring. Now, believe me, this seems, I'm suspecting that this mild chicken curry by Prince's does have an adverse effect the next day. It doesn't have the punch, even though it's a slightly reduced punch of what was once an arse destroying stag chili. Obviously, as you looked at, they reduced one of the ingredients, so it's still got a punch, although it's not as arse destroying as it once was 15 years ago. This is just like the. I mean, I'm going to have to do a test with their mild chicken curry. So let's get it in, and then I'll do the rice. But I'm going to use up, and I might think about one left. I'm going to use up what's left of the Prince's mild chili con carne, because fucking hell, even I'm staggered at the climate change con aromas coming from one's back door. It's like shit, but without the log. Yeah, I'm not, obviously this is on the camera because we mentioned you only get 30 fucking seconds. Yeah, because I was having an issue with look, I didn't realise how bad it was with when it starts making that popping noise like popcorn, and sometimes when she'll come to use it, there was obviously, because it was splatting up in little bits. She'll look inside and see where the curry had splattered. in like the ceiling part of the microwave. So she suggested using that thing with the lid on top, which is paramount for when you're next here for your next flesh. Once that's pinged, it hasn't started popping like popcorn at the moment. So well, it's not like one pop. It's not like multiple pops like popcorn. But that's usually when I pull it out of the microwave, give it a bit of a stir, then do the rice. Now, what rice? I'm going to have to get this sparingly, you know. Have we got any up there? Right, what have we got here? Oh, Ben's Original Basmati. So this was free. Was it 3 packs for £3 at Asda? So let's get it squeezed. Ah, you did pop once. As I said to Eddie last night, why can't I just keep it Uncle Ben's with that elderly coloured bloke on as their logo? Because it's all, you know, it wasn't offensive. It was the brand, but Uncle Ben's good enough. If it ain't broke, why fix it? Right, let's get that. As you know, when you peel this off, sometimes the rice, it's like when you spill a bit of sugar. On a little bit comes out, but it looks like you spilled half the bag when all the little grains go across, and this is the same. So I need to make sure that when I pull this bastard off, the rice doesn't come. Oh, that's fairly alright. I would probably, because it might not affect you. It might not affect you, Mr. Horn. If this starts giving me almost, as Block would say, it was almost so bad it would make a fly sick, kind of methane emissions, then even though it's only a mild chili con carne by Prince's, I'll have to try their mild chicken curry. See if that affects me. If it doesn't, then it's definitely the mild chicken chili con carne by Prince's. Let's put that there. That's it says on the thingy, hug a mug. So it's like a big, you put your soups in. But that is essential when you're next to our late night noshes at the, I wish it was in 2 weeks time. If I'd have known that you were going to pull out of what would have been this weekend, I would have said to him, no, I've got you coming over. But unfortunately, I've already promised, so I'll have to be May 23rd. Right, let's get to... Okay. I want the rice in, don't I? Yeah. Then what I'll do is I'll just put it back in the microwave for a minute or two, and I'll use this. I'll get a bit of wash first. I use that to protect it again from splatting up into the ceiling of the microwave, which was, I believe it's a Goodman's, purchased from B&M. Man, it would have got it from Asda, but then I don't think at the time we were regular Asda shoppers. Also, when I stitch this video together, I will upload it to YouTube only, because it'll be, won't be too long for Instagram. So that's a kettle on for another cup of Earl Grey. So I think the rice is just about ready. that there, preparation. And I still think, Mr. Horn, I would encourage you to do a proper pilot episode of something that you proposed about 2-3 weeks prior to last Christmas, which was your Jeffrey Horn walks to work or walks from work, with little observations on the way, which unfortunately I none of us can really locate the exact right. So that's the right now to pop. I'd love to know what the killer ingredient is for something that supposedly is a mild chili con carne by Prince's. And it is. It's hot enough, but it's not like uber spicy or anything like that. It's just the morning after, or the day after, when the farts come regular, and I'm guessing a few ice caps will melt. Not from petrol cars, because I think that's partly a big con, especially when China building all these coal plants. But and when it comes out, it's pungent. So this is the test to confirm if Prince's mild chili con carne, purchased from Scumpop Asda, is having an effect on the old rectal house exhaust pipe. I'm just to finish off washing up, and hopefully I'll do pour the Earl Grey now. Hopefully catch you before it's time for me to get a power nap before I take her to that shithole. Today's still Sunday the 26th of April, so just over a month before the next flesh, unfortunately, but that's where it goes. Anyway, the next thing will be on a presentation on the plate, which is nothing spectacular, and then a separate one for the review. And obviously I might do a follow up tomorrow to let you know if it is indeed causing me to have a Mackerson Stout moment. You know what I mean. Now I'm having this with no cheese. Maybe that could suppress the gas emissions the next day. It is nice. That's that one with me, is I'm finding it does have that unfortunate side effect the day after. The best thing about it is when you do go for an evacuation, it's not as bad as if you had downright hot stag chili. And that affected me differently, because some days I had gut's sake, and like it used to back in the old days. But on the whole, it's... I best leave that to rest for a little while. Hope we do come on tonight. I'm at the autoplay on YouTube has gone on to the 100,000 subscribers stealth camp with Little Mick. Right, so this is the finished result. It's a strange how it's such a mild, as I've mentioned multiple times, a mild entry-level generic chili con carne, plenty there in tin, how it can have that effect the next day.